Hey there guys, ItalyHorse45 here. Got another pickups video for you. Got a lot of miscellaneous stuff. A lot more 360 games, only like 1 or 2 PS2 games, some other stuff. Garage sales, pawn shops, Goodwill, thrift stores, whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the pickups here for you. Alright, now to start things off, on eBay I got an interesting game that I saw looked kind of fun for the PS2. Very Japanese game, Taiko Drum Master. Didn't come with the drums and like the big set, so it's not nearly as valuable. I paid $4.50 for it, so which is, you know, it's around what the game alone goes for. The drums what the expensive part is. It has some interesting songs on it, just like a rhythm game. But it looks, I looked how Japanese it looked. Also at the Goodwill this past week, I picked up Dragon's Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King. I actually ended up paying $10 for this at the Goodwill. I really had been looking for it because I actually have the strategy guide for it, but did not have the game. A friend gave me the strategy guide. It has both discs. It has the Final Fantasy 12 demo disc and the regular disc, and both the manuals for both the games. The case hardly fits with everything in it because it's jam-packed and stuff. But yeah, it's an RPG done by Square Enix. The character designs and the villain designs, enemy designs, are all done by Akira Toriyama, who's the creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and a little bit of Dragon Ball GT. But yeah, I've been looking for it, so I was willing to pay $10 for it, so I went ahead and just shelled out for that. A PS2 RPG, which is, I really love finding. Next, also at the Goodwill, I picked up a 360 game for $2.50, which looked interesting. It's called Create. EA game. It's like a open world, not open world, but like a creativity game. It's just like a world building game, kind of. Didn't get the best ratings. I think IGN gave it a 5.5. Called it mediocre. But for $2.50, pick up a 360 game. I was willing to do that. Also for the DS, my brother bought Lunar Nights. It's a RPG, same from the series, from the Lunar series on the PS1. Which was supposed to be really good. It was complete and everything. Had the manual stuff. Paid $6 for it, and he's playing it through it right now. From what he's said so far, it's been really fun. I'll have to get his opinions on the whole game once he finishes it. But really nice to pick it up for $6. Alright, the last of the Goodwill finds was I picked up another copy of Lord of the Rings: The Battle for Middle-earth for the PC. This was in a lot better shape. The discs were in very good shape. I had all of them, all 4 of them. The case on my one I got before was cracked, so I might end up selling that one. See if I should be able to get my $3 out of it. That's what I paid for this. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like an RPG. It came in a box, but I haven't been able to see the box around anywhere. So just the jewel case is fine, I guess. Easier to store for me. Now for the garage sale stuff we picked up, we only got some things. 2 things. We got like a DS game, a Phineas and Ferb, got it for $5. And which wasn't the greatest buy, but oh well, got another game. And Dark Sector for $2. Looked interesting. Got a decent rating on IGN, so I might give it a play to see what it's like. It's an earlier one for 360. Also, we got 6 360 games for $1 a piece. We got Resident Evil 5 complete, GTA 4. Which is the original one, not the episodes from Liberty City. This is a map and everything. PGA Masters or whatever, golf game. Halo 3 ODST, which other than Wars is the only other Halo game we don't have. Like the multiplayer disc and the regular one. Every game. History Channel Civil War, which is supposed to be not a bad game, I guess. Sold for about $20, I guess. So that'll be a fun one to play. I guess you can play as the Union or the Confederacy, so I'll give that a try. And Call of Juarez, Bound in Blood, Ubisoft game. I don't think it was supposed to be that great, but for $1, I will take it. Next, for the pawn shop stuff, we've gotten just 2 games for $3 a piece. Got Need for Speed Undercover, which is like an open world racing game. We played a little bit of it. It wasn't complete or anything, but it does play real well. It's just supposed to be another entrance into the Need for Speed series. Nothing really too special, I guess. But next, got Resident Evil 6. Last one of the Resident Evil series so far, so it's supposed to be pretty good. 2-disc set, one of the bigger games. There you go. It's supposed to be pretty good, I guess, but just haven't quite gotten into the series yet. We have to go back to the very beginning and start playing, but yeah, so that was all we got for the pawn shop, about $3 a piece, so nice to pick up 360 games for that now. Finally, the last thing we picked up this week was I got a smart TV, or an intelligent TV, or rather, an Intellivision. Boxed Intellivision. This was at one of the local flea markets, actually a flea market that just opened up this past week here. Yeah, it just started, first one. Went there, we didn't see a whole lot of stuff other than this, but here's, I have it pulled out of the box for you. I have these two numpad controllers. Each game had the overlays. This thing did come with about 20-some games, which is, hell, that's about a quarter of the entire Intellivision library, I believe. They didn't make a whole lot of games for this. The only thing about it, it was a competitor to the Atari back in the day. Yeah, it was not nearly as successful. The games weren't nearly as good, I guess, but it was cool. It came with a lot of paperwork, it came with some catalogs that they had from back in the day where the games were advertised, and the games were about $15 a piece, which, thinking of that now, you go, wow, I would buy a lot of games at $15 a piece, brand new. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into some of the games here. They were all but two of them were boxed, which is really cool. I really like the good box games. Easy to display and very nice to look at, so I'm sure we show you those. Now, one thing interesting that I noticed about the Intellivision when I was looking at game prices was they have one of the most expensive sports games lineups that I've ever seen. Like the Pro Sports series can go for hundreds of dollars. Now, I didn't get lucky enough to find any of those, but I did get some pretty cool sports games that are worth a good amount and are kind of interesting to look at. But first of all, I got Armor Battle. Now, the thing about the Intellivision was with the numpad on the controller, you were required, not really required, but each of the games came with these little inserts you needed to put on top of the numpad so you kind of knew what you were doing. And all these games came with those inserts, which was really nice. You didn't have to go out and look for them or anything, and you could play the games without being clueless on what the buttons did or anything. So I have to get that. Got Atlantis. I had this as a 2600 game, but now I have it as a boxed Intellivision game as well. Also got Beauty and the Beast, which I thought would have been like a Disney title one, but no, you see like a Hercules guy or a big, strong Tarzan-like guy just standing on a building holding a girl like King Kong, but I don't know. Boxing? Complete. The nice thing about how they have these little flaps so you can just look in and see the games. Checkers. Complete. All of them had their manuals with them too. The other one, Burger Time, which was a very popular series, or a very popular game on multiple consoles. And the first of the sports games that are worth something is Chip Shot Super Pro Golf. This is like a $15 to $20 game on its own. The Super Pro series was a very low, late release for the Intellivision, so a lot of the games were not very highly produced. Like the most valuable game out of the set was a Spiker Super Pro Volleyball, which was like a $1,500 game, but I wasn't nearly as lucky enough to get that. Donkey Kong for the Intellivision. All these are complete. I just have to like tearing the boxes apart to get to the games. I'm showing you guys. Lock and Chase. Game complete. Get that up for you. There you go. NFL football. Complete. Another one of the more valuable sports games is Major League Baseball. Has sold for about $40 just for this one. Next we have Night Stalker, which looks interesting, not worth a whole lot. It looks kind of like it's basically a Pac-Man clone, and the game just fell out. That's nice. Yeah, there's the game anyway. I'll throw that one back in there and get on with this. There we go. Next, another valuable game from the Super Pro series was a Slam Dunk Super Pro Basketball. This is like a $15 to $20 game. But the interesting part about it, it has a franchise mode on it, where you can play as a team, or you can pick a team and go manage them, play all the positions on the court and whatnot. It's just very early Dynasty mode, which is kind of interesting to see him do it on an old console. Classic series, the Qbert, Fleet, Las Vegas Poker and Jack Black, or Blackjack, and one of the more popular television games is Snafu. It's kind of like a Snakes game, but it's like a competitive one. I'm not having luck with these cartridges. Snafu. Super Video Arcade Tennis. If I can tilt this up so the game can fly out. There we go. Sub Hunt. Complete. Star Strike. Sounded interesting. It looks kind of like the like the whole game is these dark Death Star scene from Star Wars. So, and it even has you flying down a trench, and then it has a picture of a building blowing or a planet blowing up, looking like the Death Star. So, I don't know if they were trying to copy Star Wars or what, but it looked interesting to me. Last two games were Tron Mazathon. Got this one is complete. Everything there. Yeah, these are all owned by an older guy, so I feel like he took very good care of his games and kept them stored them dry. The box wasn't deteriorated at all or anything. But that World Championship Baseball, there's a version of this one. I think it's called World Series Baseball, which is like a $200 or $300 game, but this is like probably a $10 to $15 game. So yeah, that's about it for the television. We got that whole lot for $60. The guy was asking $75, and I asked him if he'd take $60 for it. So he took that. So he made that deal, and I'm not sure if we're gonna be keeping it because I don't exactly collecting television stuff. I don't really have the space to put it. But yeah, I could probably sell for a couple $100 on eBay, but I might just keep it because I do like the boxed games and the boxed consoles. So yeah, that's I'll have to decide what to do with that. Alright, so that's about it. About all the pickups we got for this past week or two. That television lot was pretty cool to get, some 360 games and stuff. So, hey, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out the other videos, and make sure you have a very nice day.